Right, so let's do a deep dive into this early November harvest. This is just an ordinary weekly harvest for us off our allotment plot and from the kitchen garden. And yeah, and it just feeds my local family, so we don't sell anything. And at this time of year, we don't really have enough to give away. When this table's kind of bursting, you know, double decker and all of that sort of thing, and we give some to friends and neighbours and things, but right now we can really only feed our local family. So I'll go through the table, and what I like to do is just give you an idea of how things are shaping up for the winter and spring harvest. So we'll start in that corner. That is the last of the turnips, and I won't actually start planting turnips until probably February. I'll start into planting them where I've got little gaps and things like that, and so we'll be eating them sort of, you know, March, April time. Then potatoes, you have potatoes all year round. These are Sarpo Una, looking a bit rough to be honest, but they're okay. Debbie says they're really lovely in when they're baked. We've got loads of Sarpamira left, and then we've got loads left in the containers. So I say we just eat potatoes every week of the year. These are the last of the autumn carrots. I do my carrots as a summer batch, an autumn batch, and a winter and spring batch. So I only do sort of 3 successions really. We're just with a few containers just to help us out in sort of gap weeks. These are quite nice. A little bit of slug damage on a couple of them, but yeah, we gave about half of them away as well because we've got loads of winter and spring carrots, so I'm not too worried. Apples, we're having a lovely apple season this year. These are I suppose they're the autumn autumn apples. And yeah, they're looking really nice. I've got a few here that I like to keep in the fridge. And they're the kind of ones we eat in April. But these are the ones we'll be eating for the rest of November and into early December. And then we'll switch over to sort of more keeper varieties like Jonah Gold and things and Braeburn and all that. And that'll keep us going well into next year. So yeah, then we've got the Yacon. I've just made a dedicated video about the Yacon, but this is a really great winter harvest. Super healthy and keeps pretty well. And it's very productive, and it doesn't have any pests. So from very many perspectives, it's a great crop. And I've been experimenting growing it in containers this year. And so you'll see a few there, and then there's a few over here, and a few there. Basically, just a few that we'll be curing. And then I'll start our main crop harvest of Yacon later on in the year. These are the reject beets. I think it's the last of the reject beets. So the ones that have got a lot of damage on them, but still plenty of good beetroot in there, once it's cleaned up a little bit. But we've got quite a bit in store, which is the stuff we'll be eating well into next year, sort of February, March, April sort of time. And then we'll have beetroot again towards early May, really. And then I've got a lot in the ground as well, and that is looking really nice quality, and that's what we'll be eating in the interim. Just started really harvesting the Jerusalem artichokes. They're really nice at the moment, and just picking the last few really of the chili peppers, and there's a couple of sweet peppers in there, but most of the peppers now are frozen and in the freezer. Where else would they be? And I'm just using the last few for passata mixes. So I've got some set up there on the windowsill, ready to make a batch of passata this afternoon. And that'll use up most of the remaining tomatoes that we won't be eating fresh. So most of the cooking tomatoes. So onions from the store, looking quite nice. Quite happy with those. We've got onions all year round. We don't have peppers all year round, obviously, but we do eat them from the freezer all year round. We don't have them fresh. Start really picking peppers again towards the end of May. So it's a long time to be without fresh peppers, but we generally don't buy them from the shops. So squash, we have the squash all year round. We just transition between different types. So we'll start eating our courgettes in May, early courgettes. But these Crown Prince will last us until then. We've got lots of those. Calabrese, that's the end of the Calabrese. We won't have Calabrese until May. Brussels sprouts we generally have until February, end of February. And we switch over to colettes then. Red cabbages, we normally have those until March. And then we'll switch, well, we'll probably have kales, spring cabbages, yeah, probably those two things really and colettes, obviously. For our brassica leaves, last few green peppers off the plants. We've cleared out the greenhouse now, so it's getting ready for all of its winter crops. Cauliflowers, this is the last of the cauliflowers until May. I just don't find it's very reliable growing them over winter, but some people do really well. So, I mean, it's not that it's impossible, it's just I don't find it's very successful. Spinach, we're on to our winter spinach now, which is not as nice as our autumn spinach, but, you know, the autumn spinach won't last forever. And we've got 4 containers of that, and some chard at the back there, and some leeks. We have leeks almost all year round. There's just a couple of months when we don't have it available. We do switch over to elephant garlic stems, which are effectively a leek, and green garlic, true green garlic, in sort of April, May sort of timescale. And then we're back eating leeks again, I'm just trying to think exactly, but about July. So basically we'd have them in June. What else have we got? Oh, we've got lots of these, not baby, but babyish, chard and beetroot leaves. These are really nice in the salads. I've got loads of those, and we basically have those pretty much all year round. Carrots, little smaller carrots, these are mokum for the salad mixes, and the best of the autumn spinach leaves for the salad mixes. First pick of the salad rocket, and we'll probably run out of salad rocket pretty much by the end of the year. I don't really mind it that much. I'm not a huge fan of salad rocket. It's a little bit too fiery for my taste, but other people like it, so we do grow it, and I eat it. I eat everything that I grow pretty much. These are the tomatoes off the plants I sowed in July. So they're still young plants. They've got masses and masses of tomatoes on them. They're ripening still nicely, but they're not as sweet as they are in summer. But the Sun Golds, which we've still got hundreds of, are super sweet. I started those plants late as well in the greenhouse, and I'm hoping to keep those going because they're so lovely. I'm just picking them a little bit earlier than I would in summer, when they're sort of just starting to turn orange. And yeah, they're still plenty sweet enough. So as I said, more yacon, salad onions. These are really big salad onions. But we've got a lot of smaller ones still to go. We have salad onions all year round. We have carrots all year round. And we have tomatoes not all year round. We start again in the end of April normally. And we run out probably by the end of the year is what I'm expecting. So radicchio, this is actually quite an important crop just visually. I'm not a massive fan of the taste of radicchio. It's kind of that bitter-sweet taste, but it's more bitter than sweet to me. But you can see that the lettuces are so, well, it's all green basically at this time of year. And even when I add the spinach with these little bits of ribs in them, and these chard leaves and the carrots, it's still pretty green. So it is really nice to sort of add some radicchio just to sort of liven them up a bit. I'll just show you the salad's all made up now so you can see what it looks like. But we get through a lot of salad, but I mean, it's a pretty balanced table. I'm quite happy with it. I think it's the 2nd or 3rd of November today. So it's a pretty good table for this time of year. But we do try to fill this table every week of the year. We'll see how we go. And I do try to get about 30 different things on the table each week of the year as well. So anyway, my name's Steve. This is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.